are these people?
The other thing I wanted to mention, and I did mention it earlier during the Fuck Israel segment, was the Dissident's article about Bari Weiss and the Free Press, which was outstanding. Oh my God. But it's super long. So you're going to have to go read that yourself. It'd probably take me a half hour just to read through it. But after reading it, which is, again, an outstanding piece, it's called The Free Press, Selling the Israel Lobby's Agenda Under the Banner of Fearless Journalism. Where have we seen this before? Huh. All right, so that's the Free Press funded by Bari Weiss. So I had a comment on top of all this is that Bari Weiss is a Netanyahu toady. Now, this is playing off of her appearance on the Joe Rogan show where she called Tulsi Gabbard a Assad toady. And he's like, what exactly is that? She didn't really have a good answer. Bari Weiss is a Netanyahu toady. But I'll explain what it is. She's a war crime whitewasher and an apologist for people who brag about baby murderers and government-sanctioned rapists and committing prisoner torture in our society today. We have hundreds of documented cases of this. I have no idea who would pay for that garbage propagandist publication. This is what our leaders have decided will be acceptable. I think it was a great job by the Dissident to break down who and what is behind the messaging being pushed across Substack and the entire internet, thanks to venture capitalists like Andreessen Horowitz and David Sachs and everybody else that valued the outlet at $100 million last October. It's probably worth more than that today. For what? How much revenue are they actually generating for Substack? So, and it's impossible that this venture is profitable considering all that it's gotten. So ask yourself why it's being funded, likely at a loss, to the valuation of $100 million. Is that what they value the effect of their propaganda because it gets into X amount of places and could command X amount of advertising? I don't believe they sell ad space. I could be wrong. So again, read the Dissident's article. It was outstanding. Here's the beginning of it. In selling the Israel lobby's agenda under the banner of fearless journalism. Bari Weiss's The Free Press sells itself as an adversarial independent outlet, but functions as a propaganda arm for the Israeli government. So, yeah, here you go. 1.25 million overall subscribers, 155,000 paid subscribers. Again, who's paying to be propagandized by this nonsense for confirmation bias, not facts, just absolute nonsense. All right. Anyway, fired up again today, too. APAC Nepo baby. OK, so if you go through all the sections here and you can see them here, like father, like daughter, this will take you right to it. And this is all about her father. All right. Lou Weiss, APAC connected father. Then you have the Free Press, which originally launched as what, Common Sense or a different name, and then changed it, rebranded. Here you go, Common Sense. Yep. After she left the New York Times, she launched this Substack outlet. By 2022, it had rebranded as the Free Press. Weiss raked in cash from VCs like Mark Andreessen, who also is a VC owner of both Substack and Stripe. That's the monetization arm for Substack. Okay, sample of type of reporting that the Free Press did is showcased in a 2022 mashup of the most thoughtful writers we know on the biggest stories of 2022 presented at the end of the year. Like, go against the mainstream consensus, like, now NIH director Jay Bhattacharya, he was part of that mainstream alternative media narrative, also involved with the wellness company, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Got to talk to Amazing Polly about where he sits in all of that. But he's not clean in all of this. And now he's part of the Trump admin. So they brought him into the fold. They bought his silence. All right, then there's the anti-free press, furthering the Israel lobby's agenda and all the ways that she's done that and that the outlet has, and then giving credit to where it's due. Right? In 2012, she set out to connect her Zionist activism to her journalism, and she's done a good job of doing that. The problem is that it's monstrous and disgusting and barbaric and criminal to the point, almost criminal to the point of whitewashing, criminalization, and war crimes. As sick as it is, she actually did a good job of pushing their craven and genocidal agenda under the guise of fearless journalism and free thinking. Well, if you want to compliment her for being a great propagandist, I guess, yes, she is an excellent propagandist. Oh, let me scroll down so you can see that. There it is right there. Unreal. Okay. This was actually a really good article, and it went in depth and it went really deep. So I appreciate that. Subscribe to the Dissident. He's looking for paid subscribers, and he's been putting out a mountain of content lately. Let me just go back to the homepage here on the Dissident's Substack for a second and show you that in the last 3 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 original articles in a few days, plus the Free Press article that was a super in-depth one. He's been hard at work. So support independent media, support our friend and INN co-founder, The Dissident. Yes, he was involved in the original 16. If you're able to, Adam means please support the independent media you want to see. Those are the amazing people that have already done so. The ways to do it are Cash App, $, Indie News Network, Kodashfee.com/Indie News Network, PayPal.me/Indie News Network, and at INNnewsletter.com. Continue to support independent media because we need it more than ever. So many propagandists out there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. No! We just fucking lost the stream!
Can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen to 50,000 dead? And now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison.